Well, Amir's week 14. Let's get in those ugly chairs and let's have ourselves a show in the name of the Father, the Son, and Tim Tebow. Amen.
Amen.
Welcome to Amir Show. I'm Mo.
Amirs.
Week 14's here. Week 13, not unlucky for who I'm now calling TT's, Tim Tebow.
And he has converted us to Christianity, at least to praying before the show.
I was praying for views.
I'm praying for Andy.
Just trying to catch people's attention in the first 15 seconds because that's what they say to do on YouTube.
You just overran my... I'm praying for Andy Reid to be fired.
I don't care about Andy Reid, but we do care about Denver hosting Chicago, which will be our first game this week. What do you got going on in this game?
Well, they've got Marion Barber now running the ball because Forte got hurt. That's a shame. They got Caleb Haney throwing the ball because Jay Cutler got hurt. They've got 0% chance to beat a team that's won 5 in a row. Tim Tebow's going to win 6 in a row somehow, some way. I'll take the Broncos.
We can give God a call and tell him to take his son Jesus out for a fishing trip because they don't need shit in Denver this week. They're hosting a team whose plane crashed and everybody survived, and then they got in the bus and the bus crashed and everybody survived, and then everybody just kind of died of a heart attack. This is not a good scenario for the Bears, who were pushing hard to not possibly miss the playoffs, and now they have no chance with Caleb Haney. Give me the Broncos. I can't believe I'm picking them, and good luck to TTs. Next game we're going to do a huge game for the Philadelphia Eagles because if the Giants win this game, mathematically, the Eagles are still alive to win the East.
That's not true. Doesn't matter. Here we go. The two best teams in the NFC East. You got Dallas, which is Dr. Jekyll, and you got the Giants, who are Mr. Hyde. Both teams, you don't know what you're going to get out of them. You got the Giants on a 4-game losing streak. You got Dallas winning a couple games in a row, then losing to Arizona because they don't know how to call a timeout. I'm doing something that's never been done before. I'm calling a tie. Overtime tie.
That backs up my point entirely because if they tie, that's huge for the Eagles because that eliminates a win by one of these two teams and puts it 8 games back in the equation, which would have put Arizona in the driver's seat if they were still in the East.
Yes.
Put me down for this game for I don't give a fuck. IDGAF. Text it to your friends. I don't care. I'm not even picking a winner because these teams don't even deserve to have a winner picked. You both suck unless it's some sort of impossible scenario where you need 8 points against an undefeated team. Then you can do that and then shit the bed 51 seconds left. Fuck you both. I'm out.
The Giants gonna win.
Next game, we're going to do the undefeated Green Bay Packers hosting the Oakland Raiders, coming off a rusty hanger in the goo hole.
Is there any doubt in your mind that Aaron Rodgers isn't having the greatest season ever by a quarterback? I mean, the guy is incredible. 51 seconds left, tie game, drives him down the field in 6 seconds, I think it was, to kick the game-winning field goal. Incredible. Raiders, their season is falling apart. The seams quickly lost a humiliating game at Miami. Now is going to lose to Green Bay to fall a game behind the Tim Tebows out in Denver. And guess what? You're going to lose to Tim Tebow.
In my opinion, the greatest season by a quarterback was Kurt Warner because he started the season, the offseason, packing groceries and then won a Super Bowl. That's a summation. I think that's what happened.
That's pretty good.
But in this game, it's a dangerous game for Green Bay in the fact that Oakland will have to come off the humiliation and try and fight back. But they're in Green Bay, and I don't think there's much question to anything that's going to happen here. I think it's going to be a 13-0 March by Green Bay, and once again, despite the fact Miami was a good team last week and beat Oakland, their alumni is going to have to put off their little cigar cock-smoking fest that they do every year once again for another week. Give me Green Bay to kill Oakland.
Packers stay undefeated.
The final game we're going to do, Houston traveling to Cincinnati. Houston winning last week against a team that we thought was hot, marching to the playoffs, and they had their third-string quarterback, and they handled them.
Yeah, this is incredible. I mean, as the injuries pile up for Houston, they keep winning. Now they have another injury. Andre Johnson comes back. Now he gets hurt again. Hurts the other hamstring. Can they keep it going? I find it hard to believe. Cincinnati needs this victory.
Badly.
Very badly. And they got to have it. I like them to win at home and finally send Houston to, they've won 6 in a row, so they're not going to get their 7th.
I picked Houston to win the Super Bowl at the beginning of the year, and slowly it's becoming something that's possible.
That's true.
I don't want to tell you this week that this Houston team will compete with the New England team that exists currently, but New England's defense is 32nd. I am going to say that Cincinnati will lose this game at home Who day, who day, who day. Bring the comments because we got a lot of who day people out there. I'm going to just pick it because it's my Super Bowl pick.
Yes.
And I'm going to show some loyalty to that. Whether or not I believe it, I'm not sure. But there was no way I was picking them last week, and they won. So I'm going with my team from the beginning of the year. Give me Houston to upset Cincinnati on the road. I'm sure it's an upset. And march on towards the Super Bowl, like I said.
Nice.
Who they? They're the Bengals.
Now it's time for the YouTube comments of the week.
Yeah, we got 50-some comments. We're only halfway to 100. Come on, we want more comments.
We want more views, too. Let's step it up. Come on, from Ole Mears. I figured out why I watched this. Probably because it's refreshing to see some gentle sirs talk some pigskin instead of some suits paid to argue by a guy that's got a German name. I'm going to try and say it right. Freiheittadler. Freiheittadler.
He called me a gentle sir. I don't even
Gentle
know what
sir.
that is. I don't even know what
Sounds
that
English, and then all of a sudden it's like sharp German.
is. Yeah, it's an oxymoron.
Oxymorons. It's like
are.
Otto spelled backwards. You guys are terrible. Hard to pick favorites and more favorites, question mark. At least play against the spread for crying out loud. Polar Beer 101, challenging our credibility because we don't address spreads.
We could pick against the spread, but that is against interstate laws, I heard.
It's not against interstate laws. It's against the spirit of Mullen Mears because we do not promote gambling after we both lost our homes to gambling and then started an internet show to try and recoup our funds.
I will end up dead in a ditch.
Update your Eagles jersey. Didn't even address who it was, so they know that that's you.
Well, you know what? It's vintage now. The guy's retired. So
It was from Deadly Bear 23, all caps, except for the numbers. Do you think he knows something about McNabb possibly landing on the Bears and he's saying to get
not
a
gonna
Bears
happen.
jersey?
Not gonna happen. McNabb sucks.
All right. 6 Enoch, 6 Enoch.
Enoch?
6 Enoch. That's like that word game. If I say it enough, it might turn into something. I have to take a shit. ... I don't know if he took the shit in the ... dots or what. I just want to say the Falcons will win the Super Bowl. I gotta take a shit. Falcons lost this past week. Mears better be going the fuck home to take a shit because I got a small bathroom. That's our show for week 14, and before we know it, the season's going to be over.
Yeah, and you know what? YouTube came out with this new thing called YouTube Analytics, and it lets me see how many people are around at this point in the show. And I just want to say thank you to the 3 of you that have stuck around this week.
And the 3 of you, please do the thumbs up. Subscribe.
If you haven't already, subscribe. Facebook.com/MullenMears. Weekly contest. Win a $10 iTunes gift card. Go there this week.
Did anybody win this week?
Nobody won.
Nobody won. That's 2 weeks in a row. Step it up. Figure out how to win that. And stay tuned next week because we got some special things going on. Maybe a musical guest or two.
Could be.